Who?
Who?
Who? Who?
Who?
Who is Henry O. Flipper? Why is there a dinner and an award celebrating his legacy?
Henry O. Flipper was born a slave in Thomasville, Georgia on March 21, 1856.
After he was freed at the end of the Civil War, Flipper wrote to his congressman James Freeman in 1873 and requested an appointment to West Point.
After some correspondence, Freeman nominated Flipper, who passed the required examinations and was admitted to West Point on July 1, 1873.
Flipper persevered through 4 years of hardship at West Point, enduring violence, racial slurs, intimidation, and silencing.
Throughout his 4 years at the academy, no one spoke to Henry O. Flipper, except in the execution of official duties.
Occasionally, when other black cadets were in attendance at the academy, he had roommates, but mostly he roomed alone.
During his first year, he roomed with the first black cadet at West Point, James Webster Smith, who eventually was expelled for failing physics. During his final year at West Point, Flipper roomed with Johnson C. Whitaker.
In 1880, Whitaker was brutally beaten and left tied to his bed. He was then court-martialed by General Schofield after investigators accused him of doing this all to himself. After much public outcry, his court-martial was overturned, but he was later expelled for failing physics.
Even though Flipper was ostracized at the military academy, he kept his eyes on graduation and endured the poor treatment he received with grace and dignity.
He was not outspoken like Smith and did not raise issues up the chain of command like Whitaker. Flipper felt like the majority of cadets would have treated him with the proper politeness as it befits a gentleman to do, had it not been for the control that the worst of the American population exerted over the rest of the Corps.
On graduation day, his perseverance earned him the grudging respect of his classmates.
Despite the hardships he faced, Flipper excelled in engineering, law, French, and Spanish. He graduated 50th out of 76 in his class.
To put Flipper's time at West Point into perspective, the first black cadets entered West Point in 1870. From 1870 to 1889, 23 black cadets were nominated, 12 were admitted, but only 3 graduated.
Henry O. Flipper was the first in 1877, followed 10 years later by John H. Alexander in 1887 and Charles Young in 1889. Young went on to be the first black man to reach the rank of colonel in the United States Army.
However, black cadets continued to be mistreated well after Flipper's graduation, and the cruel practice of silencing black cadets remained well into the 20th century.
So, why do we remember Henry O. Flipper?
In 1977, the centennial of Flipper's graduation, the Henry O. Flipper Dinner was founded in his honor and is now held annually on the first Thursday of Black History Month.
Each year, the Flipper Award is given to a graduating cadet who demonstrates the highest qualities of leadership, self-discipline, and perseverance in the face of unusual difficulties.
As we look back on Flipper's time at the Academy, we must reflect not only on Flipper's personal bravery, but on the unacceptable treatment he received from the Corps of Cadets.
As members of the Corps today, we must ensure Flipper's time at the Academy be a reminder to never treat a group of people with the hostility and disrespect shown to Flipper and the other early black cadets.
By recognizing and learning from the injustices of our past, let us always emphasize the need to treat everyone with dignity and respect and understand that the Corps belongs to all of us.
The Corps of Cadets is constantly changing and evolving to include new groups of people.
After Flipper became the first black graduate in 1877, Major General Luis Raúl Esteves became the first Puerto Rican cadet accepted and the first Hispanic cadet to graduate from West Point in 1915. He was the first in his class to earn the rank of general.
In 1976, the first class of women was admitted into the Corps of Cadets, and in 1980, 62 women, 2 of them black women, joined the Long Gray Line.
In 2017, the first 2 Sikh cadets entered West Point and were given full religious accommodation to maintain their articles of faith.
All these trailblazers were inspired by the unbreakable character of our first black graduate, Henry O. Flipper.
As our Corps continues to become more diverse, we must remember and celebrate these trailblazers and allow our diversity to strengthen us rather than divide us.
The best way to honor Flipper's legacy is to strive to make every cadet, regardless of race, religion, sexuality, or gender orientation,
feel valued and accepted as a contributing member of the Corps of Cadets.
Let Flipper's story be a lesson in inclusion, pushing us all to embrace, include, and engage all those who come to the United States Military Academy.